Hello YouTube, this is Mr. Bakari, and today we are going to solve logarithmic equations. All right, so what I've done is I've chosen six equations that I believe represent all the kinds of different strategies and properties that are common that you would most likely see in whatever math course has you solving log equations. Okay, so let's get started. And what I've done is the properties that we're going to use, I'll put them up on the right side of the screen so you can look at those and study those as we go through these. And keep in mind that not every valid property is the best move, okay? We're always looking for the path that simplifies the equation the fastest, so that's how we're going to go about this. Now, we're solving logs. So because logarithms are only defined for positive arguments, any solution we find must be checked in the original equation to make sure all log arguments are positive. So if a solution makes any argument zero or negative, it is extraneous and must be thrown out. So we'll be checking those along the way. All right, let's take a look at the first problem here. And what we've got here is we've got a log equal to another log of the same base. And so this allows us to use the one-to-one property, which states that when you have a log equal to a log of the same base, you can set their arguments equal, and that's what we're going to do, okay? So this turns into x squared minus 7x plus 10 equals 4, and now we have a quadratic equation to solve, okay? So we go about that by setting it equal to 0. And now we're going to try and factor this, and I can see that this does factor. Okay, so we get x minus 6 and x minus 1 equal to 0. All right, so that means x equals 6 and x equals 1. Now we're going to check to see if these are extraneous solutions or not. So all you have to do is you plug each of them back into your original equation for x, okay, and make sure that the arguments remain positive. Now here, I can see that if I plug a 6 or a 1 in for x up here, okay, that is right here and here, that argument will remain positive, so we are good to go, okay? Because the other argument does not have a variable, so therefore these are our solutions. X equals 1, x equals 6, and let's look at number 2. Okay, on this one, we've got two logs of the same base. Those are base 10, and we are adding these together. So we can use the product rule to write them as a single log of the same base, and we will multiply their arguments. Just like that. Okay? So now we have isolated a single log, and so now we're going to write this in exponential form. Okay? So the change of form is over here on the right as well, so you can look at that. So what we do here is we keep the base, so it's going to be 10, and then we are going to flip the argument and the exponent, and that will give us 10 to the first power equals x minus 1 times x minus 4. Okay, so we have another quadratic here to solve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply that out on the right. That's going to be x squared minus 5x plus 4. And then I will, of course, set that equal to 0. Subtract 10. And we've got something that factors nicely here. That's going to be minus 6 plus 1. Check it. Looks good. All right, so we've got x equals 6 and x equals negative 1. And now we will check both of these for extraneous solutions, okay? When you plug a 6 in to either of these x's, both arguments remain positive, okay? But when you plug in the negative 1 here, as you can see, they turn negative. You cannot have a negative argument, so this is an extraneous solution. Okay? That leaves us with one solution, which is x equals 6. All right, let's look at the third problem here. Okay, here we only have one log. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to isolate this log and we'll see where we go from there. So I'm going to add 4. All right, so I've got 3 times log base 2 of x plus 1. If I add 4, that gives me 15. And then I'm going to divide off this coefficient here. So 15 divided by 3 will be log base 2 of x plus 1 equals 5. Okay? Now, all I need to do here is write this in exponential form. So I'm going to change forms, and that is going to be 2 to the 5th power equals x plus 1. Okay? 2 to the 5th is 32. So what plus 1 will give me 32? That's going to be x equals 31. And if you plug that 31 into our argument here, we are good to go. Okay, that remains positive. X equals 31, and we are done. All right, on to number 4. All right, here we've got 2 natural logs. Okay, we cannot use the one-to-one property here because we have this constant here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this log to the other side of the equation. That's going to give me natural log of 5 plus natural log of x minus 2 equals 3. Okay? And now I can use the product rule to combine these logs and write them as a single log and multiply their arguments. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply these. That's going to give me 5x minus 10. All right. And now I've got an, a log here that I can write in exponential form. So I'm going to go ahead and change forms. So remember, the natural log has a base of e. So that's going to be e to the 3rd power equals 5x minus 10. Okay? So now we just need to isolate x here. So I'm going to add 10 and divide by 5. Okay? Just like a linear equation, right? So we have e to the 3rd plus 10 divided by 5 equals x. Okay, so let's check this. Well, this thing needs to be greater than 2 for this to remain positive, okay? So if we analyze this, right, e cubed over 5 plus 2, so I just rewrote this as e cubed over 5 plus 2, is this, in fact, greater than 2? Because I've got a minus 2 up here in my argument. And if you look at that, yes, it does. It is, in fact, greater than 2. So we are good to go. This is our solution, and that is our exact form. Okay? All right, number 5. Okay, so here we've got 2 logs of the same base. We are subtracting, so we're going to go ahead and use the quotient rule, okay, to write them as a single log of the same base, which would be base 10. And we, if you look over here, divide their arguments. So we have x plus 2 over x minus 1 equals log of 3. Okay? So now we have a log base 10 equal to a log of base 10. So we can use the one-to-one property right over here, which allows us to set the arguments equal. So we've got x plus 2 over x minus 1 equals 3. Okay? We'll go ahead and solve this. All right, so we're just going to multiply x minus 1 on both sides of that equation. That cancels, and we've got x plus 2 equals 3x minus 3. All right, so we're going to get our x's over here on one side. So I'm going to subtract x to give me 2x. I'm going to go ahead and take this constant and add it to the left side, which gives me 5. 5 equals 2x, so we'll go ahead and divide, which gives us x equals 5 halves. Okay? So 5 halves. Okay, think about that as 2.5. 2.5 minus 1 is positive. 2.5 plus 2 is positive. We are good. This is a good solution. Okay? And we are done. All right, let's look at the last one. Okay, so here we have a natural log equal to a natural log. Okay, but using the one-to-one property here is not really going to help us out because we still have variables up here in the exponent. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the power rule, which says we have an exponent inside the log, we can move it out in front of the log as a multiplier. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this and move it out in front of the log, just like that. So that's going to be x plus 1 times natural log of 2 equals x minus 2 times the natural log of 3. Okay? Now, we've got to isolate x here. So the way we do that is we first distribute these, okay? So that is the natural log of 2 times x, just like this. Okay? So I'm going to write this out. This is going to be x times the natural log of 2 plus the natural log of 2 equals x times the natural log of 3 minus 2 times the natural log of 3. All right, so solving for x, I need to get my x terms to the other, to one side. So I'm going to get this x and subtract it to move it over to the left-hand side. So that's going to give me x natural log of 2. Going to subtract this term, x natural log of 3. Okay? And then I'm going to take my term that does not have an x and move it to the other side. So I'm going to move this to the right. Okay? So that's going to be equals negative 2 natural log of 3. That's this term. And then I'm going to subtract the natural log of 2. All right? So now I've got x's on one side. I move my other terms to the right. And now, in order to isolate this x, I'm going to factor this out of these two terms. So that's going to give me x times the natural log of 2 minus the natural log of 3 equals negative 2 times natural log of 3 minus natural log of 2. All right. And then lastly, we can divide this off, and x equals, I'm going to write the numerator, negative 2 times the natural log of 3 minus the natural log of 2 divided by natural log of 2 minus the natural log of 3. All right. And that is our solution in exact form. Okay? All right. So that does it for the log equations here. So hopefully this gives you a good idea, a good representation of the different kinds of log equations you might be solving for in whatever course you are taking, and utilizing these properties that we've looked at today. All right, so I hope this helps you out, and I will see you in the next video.